we can do this the nice way, or we can do it the hard way and I can release my bipolar.
Number 1, a crushing betrayal. In a disturbing turn of events, Russell found himself caught up in an unsettling plan of betrayal and conspiracy hatched by his own friend, Gavin Curtis McFarland. Gavin was joined by his 15-year-old girlfriend, Ellen Rose Fryer, as they devised a chilling scheme against Ellen's own father, Aaron Fryer. The reason behind their sinister plot was rooted in Aaron's attempts to keep his daughter away from Gavin, which fueled a deep desire for revenge in the two plotters.
And on my conversations, aren't you? Oh. So, we can do this the nice way, or we can do it the hard way and I can release my bipolar. Let's make a deal. 1, that's for the food. 2, I see Ellie and Gavin because they are both under my protection. 3, before you release Ellie to her parents, or parent, do a background check as well as a DNA test, as well as, well, not DNA, a drug test. And if you find out that her parent, her mom, is in fact doing drugs, you are to release her to me. Tell him to release Gavin. And Ellie, thank you. And I know I'm being recorded. You can keep that on there. Unless you're a nice cop, then I take it back. But if you're one of those two-timing, donut-eating piece of crap that don't like rules, a high school bully with a badge, I'm sorry, buddy, but I eat high school bullies for breakfast.
Their twisted plan was put into action just hours before they began attracting attention to themselves. They were seen acting strangely near the spot where they had left Aaron's stolen car. As Russell was brought into the interrogation room, his initial reaction took an unexpected and peculiar turn. This marked the beginning of a series of unsettling events that were about to unfold. Unaware of how sensitive the recording device was, Russell stumbled upon its functionality. He seemed surprised and intrigued by its power, playing around with it unintentionally. At that moment, Ellen handed a metal baseball bat to Gavin. This was the same bat that Aaron had kept nearby for self-protection. With Gavin's unsettling task accomplished, he sent a message to Ellen informing her of its completion. Meanwhile, Russell, who had been stationed outside, came inside with a machete as a backup. His purpose was to help get rid of Aaron's lifeless body. However, Russell's behavior took a disturbing turn. He started having one-sided conversations with imaginary people, and his talking became more and more nonsensical and strange. Amidst his erratic and confusing rambling, it became painfully clear that the trio was guilty. This led to their conviction for their terrible actions. Gavin was given a severe sentence of 25 years to life in prison, while Ellen, the mastermind, was handed a similar punishment of 25 years. Due to his disruptive and unusual outbursts, Russell Jones was sentenced to 15 years in prison.
Oh. Good cops for you. Nice. Very nice guy. He was actually pretty good too. Maybe I should talk to him more often. No, I ain't no rat. I can be an undercover agent. Ooh, that's a really long one. Whole list, step by step by step. Even a third grader could read how easy that was. Ellie is still technically a minor. You want to play hardball? I played baseball when I was younger. Huh? I wouldn't go there. And I know everything that I'm saying is being recorded, and I'm doing it on purpose. I can easily turn the speaker off and rant, and then you guys will come in thinking I'm a loony because you don't hear me. Here's the thing. I'm not the one with the donut fetish. Give a cop a donut, and he'll want a coffee to go with it. Give a mouse a cookie, and he'll want a glass of milk. Give a moose a muffin, and he'll want something else. But here's my favorite one. What is it when a cop car is towed by a tow truck? Pulled port.
This troubling story of manipulation, violence, and the chilling aftermath of their deeds serves as a haunting reminder of how deep human wickedness can go. However, while some criminals behave erratically to get out of their crime, others go dead quiet. Have a look at our next story. Number 2. The Quiet Murderer. Meet Stephen McDaniel, a man who faced accusations of murdering his fellow law school graduate and neighbor, Lauren Giddings. The unsettling events that took place in Macon, Georgia, where Lauren went missing on June 25, 2011. Tragically, parts of her body were discovered in nearby trash bins near her apartment building. Stephen McDaniel's arrest followed swiftly on June 30, 2011. Initially charged with burglary and possessing a firearm as a previously convicted individual, he soon became the prime suspect in the investigation of Lauren Giddings' death. Police became intrigued by McDaniel's peculiar behavior and inconsistent statements during their inquiries. This raised suspicions about his possible involvement in the crime and directed the investigation's spotlight onto him. Shortly after his arrest, Stephen McDaniel engaged in his first conversation with the Macon police regarding Lauren Giddings' disappearance. However, the details of this discussion, along with the exchange between McDaniel and the police, are integral to the ongoing criminal investigation and legal process. Consequently, certain specifics might not be publicly disclosed or could be governed by legal constraints. Now, let's delve into the interrogation itself.
That's not, is it an expensive sword or is it just a knockoff? It's just one of the knockoff swords?
Yes.
And what about the knife?
Which knife?
The one that was, remember you showed me it was dull?
Yes.
What kind of knife is that? Because I don't know.
Kukri.
Where do you get something like that online?
I bought it from a friend.
Did you have any other knives in the house?
Yes.
That I didn't see? Because you didn't show me no other knives. That's the only ones you showed me. What other knives did I miss?
There's a pocket knife that's on the table.
Are you a knife collector or a knife person? Or
No.
you just like knives?
I used to collect swords.
Do you know your swords?
Yes.
To sell and trade swords?
No.
But you just bought here and there?
Yes.
But you wouldn't consider yourself like a sword expert?
No.
Okay. Because, they have that TV show where they sell stuff, at night on
Yes.
TV. But I don't know what it's called, the knife shop or something like that. Have you ever seen what I'm talking about? I don't know if you got
Yes.
cable TV or not. Alright. Tonight we're still looking for Lauren. You know any of these other girls in this picture?
I know that she goes to the law school, but I can't remember her name.
So she's studying to be an attorney too?
Yes.
Okay. Is that how Lauren looked with the long hair the last time you seen her?
Yes.
Or that's how she looks?
Yes.
He communicated with them using a monotone and emotionless tone. His responses were incredibly brief and direct, almost as if he was deliberately avoiding sharing additional information. The detectives observed his peculiar conduct and attempted to simplify their questions, adopting a tone as if speaking to a child. They hoped that by doing this, he might open up and provide more details.
More questions.
Okay.
You came down earlier tonight, me and you talked, all right. You don't have any weapons on you, do you?
No.
That's just your wallet. What's wrong? You know I'm Detective Patterson, right?
Yes.
Do you remember, put your hands up here, you remember us talking
Yes.
earlier tonight, right?
Yes.
You remember me earlier in the day?
Yes.
When we came down here and talked a little bit and then we left?
Yes.
Okay. I need to know about this girl right here. You know her?
Yes.
Who is that?
Lauren Giddings.
Does she live next door to you?
Yes.
When's the last time you seen her?
2 or 3 weeks ago.
Okay. Was you friends with Lauren?
Yes.
Look at me when you talk to me, son. Okay? Was you friends with her?
Yes.
Close friends?
We were good.
I mean, y'all were friends, right? Both of
Yes.
y'all are law students. You're studying to be an attorney, right?
Yes.
What kind of law do you want to go into? Criminal law?
Yes.
Civil? Is that what you want to do for a living?
Yes.
Okay. Are you almost finished?
Yes.
Okay. So you don't have too much more to do, right?
No.
All right. Are you going to stay here in Macon?
I don't know.
Did you used to work at the district attorney's office in Macon?
Yes.
Was you on the prosecutor side or the defense side?
Prosecutor.
So you were on our side.
Yes.
Right. You never worked on the other side?
No.
Did you like it when you were down there?
Yes.
Got along with everybody?
Yes.
Okay. And you lived next to Lauren for a long time?
Yes.
Okay. Do you know where she's at tonight?
No.
Hmm?
No.
Have you ever seen her with that dress on?
No.
You have no idea where she's at?
No.
His speech was devoid of inflection, sounding almost mechanical, akin to a lifeless automaton. The detectives found themselves unable to grasp why he seemed so detached, further fueling their suspicion during the interrogation.
Because you didn't have no problem talking to the media. No problem. So you can just snap out of it and tell me what the hell happened so we can move on.
I don't know.
Well, how many times you gonna say I don't know? How many times you gonna say it? When are you gonna say I remember? I don't want to remember what happened to her. How many times you gonna say that? If you did something that you regret, you need to let me know.
I didn't.
Well, who did?
I don't know.
Well, a body was found over here, right next to where you live. And what do you have in your apartment? A lot of knives. A lot of guns, right?
Yes.
And I'm asking you about it, and you're just saying, I don't know. That's all. That's the only answer you can give is I don't know. But 6 hours or a couple hours ago, you was out there telling the media everything. You didn't stand in front of that camera and say, I don't know. You were actually answering questions. Right? How many interviews did you give? 3?
I don't know.
Well, you gave like 3. Do you think that was a proper thing to do when a mother's looking for her child?
They asked me what happened.
And what did you tell them? What did you tell them?
That Lauren was missing.
Okay. What else did you tell them?
That we had gone looking for her.
Okay. And what?
And that we hadn't found her.
And what else did they ask you?
I don't remember.
Why don't you remember?
I don't.
You're telling me that you went through law school. Well, you went through college first, right? Did you graduate from college?
Yes.
And now you're in law school. Did you graduate from law school?
Yes.
But you don't fucking remember what they asked you this afternoon?
No.
Huh? You just don't fucking believe that shit. Don't came back yet?
What's up, buddy? Did you talk to him about his guns?
Yeah.
When was the last time you shot those guns?
I haven't.
You've never shot a gun?
No.
Have you ever shot any gun in your whole life?
No.
Never.
No.
The questioning persisted for a considerable duration, yet Stephen McDaniel's responses continued to echo those of a machine. At a certain juncture, another detective entered the room infused with energy and optimism. in the hopes of evoking a different reaction from McDaniel. However, even with this altered approach, the suspect's demeanor persisted, curt and devoid of any emotional connection. The stark contrast between the detective's hopeful attitude and McDaniel's disinterested responses heightened the tension in the room. Despite their efforts to prompt McDaniel to share more, his distant and mechanical responses remained unchanged. This left the detectives feeling both exasperated and mystified as they grappled with understanding what transpired regarding Lauren Giddings and whether McDaniel played a role in the events.
Your best friend?
Michael Quinn.
Michael who?
Quinn.
Who is he?
He was a law student with me.
Is he still a law student?
No, he graduated
When was the last time you talked to him?
before he moved up to Boston.
How long ago was that?
A few weeks.
A few weeks, like a month, 2 months, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, what?
It was the beginning of June.
Beginning of June? Beginning of June. Okay. So let me ask you a question. You say you don't know where Lauren is, right?
Right?
You told me earlier you and Lauren were friends, right?
Yes.
How would you describe y'all's relationship?
She was my friend.
She was your friend. What did you ever do things for her? Did she ever do things for you? What did she ever do for you?
We talked.
We talked. What y'all talk about?
News.
The news. Okay. Earlier you was telling me something about you fixed her computer before.
I couldn't fix it.
You couldn't fix it? What was wrong with it?
I don't remember.
How long ago was that?
Around graduation.
Well, how long ago was that?
Middle of May.
Middle of May? So you were over in her apartment in the middle of May?
Yes.
Have you been over there since then?
Yes.
When was the last time you were over there?
Last night.
Before last night. Have you ever been over there with Lauren since the time you worked on her computer in the middle of May?
No.
How many times have you been in her apartment with her hanging out?
I don't know.
For the detective, solving the case proved to be a formidable challenge due to McDaniel's consistent and unchanging demeanor. This line of questioning presented one of the toughest scenarios the detective had encountered. McDaniel's composed and seemingly uninterested comportment functioned like an impenetrable barrier, resisting all attempts to break through.
For the last couple of weeks?
No.
You been home every night?
Yes.
Has she been at home every night?
I don't know.
Has she been on vacation?
I think she was away for a while.
How long?
I don't know.
Were you looking for her?
No.
Let me tell you, even if I didn't talk to my neighbors, I know if my neighbors have been in and out. I hear them come in, I hear them go out. I see them when they walk by my window. I've lived in apartments most of my life. So the fact that you haven't seen her in 2 or 3 weeks, that's just odd to me. I'm gonna be honest, it makes me feel like you're not being honest with me, Stephen. Why would you not be honest with me?
I am being honest.
Stephen, it just doesn't feel like it, buddy. You know, I get the sense that there's something weighing heavy on your heart right now. And it's breaking you down. And you feel bad about it. I can tell you haven't slept much, have you, in the last few days, have you?
No.
Like something's weighing on your mind, ain't it?
We were looking for Lauren.
You started looking for Lauren yesterday.
Yes.
But you haven't slept in several days, have you?
Yes.
You have?
Yes.
Earlier when I talked to you, you said you hadn't slept in days, that this morning was the first time you was able to get any sleep, was this morning, for a little bit.
No.
Yes, that's what you said. That's what you told me. So I asked you, well, if you haven't been able to sleep in several days, what have you been doing, studying? And you said, yeah, studying. You don't remember that?
No.
What I want you to do, and I'm going to ask you this question. I want you to describe to me how you feel right now. You don't know how to answer that with a yes or no, do you?
I don't know what's going on.
Lauren's missing. This pretty little girl right here, your neighbor, she's missing.
I know.
You went looking for her last night.
Yes.
Did you hurt Lauren?
No.
Stephen, did you hurt Lauren?
No.
I know this is hard for you to tell it, but it's weighing on you right now, ain't it, Stephen?
I didn't do it.
But I know you can probably help me with who did. Can't you, buddy?
I don't know.
Stephen, you know, and me and you both know it's no different than when you was a little kid, right? And you reached in that cookie jar and you got caught after your mama told you not to get that cookie. And when she was, did you get a cookie? No. And whenever you tell a lie, you feel bad about it right then. One, with every lie, there's a chance you're going to get caught. And that weighs on you. Because you know you did something bad. Am I right?
I didn't do it.
You didn't take the cookie?
No.
What'd you do, buddy?
I didn't do anything.
What'd you do to Lauren?
I didn't do anything.
You saw Lauren last night, though? Yesterday?
No.
What time was it that she went out to do her laundry?
I don't know.
Where were you at yesterday?
At home?
What'd you do at home? Tell me everything you did yesterday. From the time you woke up to the time you went to sleep.
I checked the news.
At what time?
I don't remember.
Was it yesterday morning?
I don't remember.
What'd you do when you woke up?
I think I checked the news.
Alright, you checked the news, okay? What'd you do after that?
I watched some videos online.
Did you clean up?
No.
You didn't?
No.
You smell like you've been cleaning up, like you've been using cleaner to clean up. I know what that smells like. My wife smells like that all the time when she cleans the house. You've been using some kind of cleaner to clean up your apartment, hadn't you?
No.
Stephen, you telling me you live like a man? How does your apartment get cleaned?
I clean it.
Okay. When was the last time you cleaned it, Stephen?
I don't remember.
Was it this week?
No.
You mean you go a whole week without cleaning?
Yes.
Why? That's horrible, Stephen. Was it possibly over the weekend, last weekend?
No.
It wasn't? If you can't remember, then how is it that you can tell me that you didn't clean up your apartment last weekend? A minute ago you couldn't remember.
I don't remember cleaning last weekend.
So it isn't that you didn't, it's that you just don't remember. Right? Help me out, buddy. Right?
I don't understand.
You don't understand?
Undeterred, the detective made another attempt to provoke a different response from McDaniel, yet the outcome remained unchanged. A sense of frustration crept in. The detective began to explore possible explanations for McDaniel's emotional detachment and aloofness.
I hardly ever saw her. I mean, I would see her like go out running, but I mean,
What time would she go out running?
I don't even know when.
Was it at night or morning?
I saw her like midday.
One conjecture was that McDaniel might be lacking in sufficient rest or sleep, potentially contributing to his uninterested demeanor and unresponsiveness.
We have skills to be able to observe things, to hear things, to see things. There are natural things out there that draw our attention every day. Such as when you're driving down the road, if somebody hits the horn, you look around. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's just a natural reaction. If you're sitting in your living room, you hear the door slam next to you, you automatically think, my neighbor's home. Right? You're telling me that those kind of things don't happen in your life.
You asked if I watched. I didn't watch.
Have you noticed that she's came in and out of her house in the last week or two?
I don't remember.
What do you remember, Steve?
The last time I saw her was 2 or 3 weeks ago.
Where at?
She was going out running when I was coming in.
Where were you coming in from?
Bar preparation.
Bar preparation. What's a bar preparation? Oh, you're preparing for the bar exam.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Well, how y'all doing?
We're just talking. He doesn't seem to remember a whole lot.
Despite the detective's determined endeavors to penetrate McDaniel's exterior, he continued to exhibit a robotic disposition. This gradual realization refueled the detective's growing frustration and agitation. McDaniel's unyielding stance hindered their progress, escalating the complexity and bewilderment of the case.
Things, yes or no, I don't remember. A lot of things aren't making any sense. I gotta be honest with you, Stephen. Me personally, I don't feel like you're being honest. Okay?
Well, Steven, you said you're going to help me out, right? With this investigation, because we needed your help. We're asking you for help. Right? That's what we... Remember I told you that?
Yes.
And you told me you're going to help me.
Yes.
Right? You're going to help me find Lauren, right?
Yes.
And I asked for your opinion, your observation of what happened to her.
Yes.
Right? And what did you tell me?
I thought someone snatched her.
Right. Where do you think someone might have snatched her from?
When she was...
If you're the detective, you're the police detective, it's your investigation, where would you start your investigation?
I don't know.
Come on now. You watch TV, right?
Yes.
Okay. You made it through college, right?
Yes.
You made it just about through law school, right?
Yes.
So you should know, where would you start your investigation?
Where she was last seen.
Okay. So in this case, where was she last seen?
At Garen's house.
Garen. That's the guy that lives up on the street, right? Friend of hers?
Yes.
Okay. Alright, and that was on, I think she left there on Saturday morning.
Yes.
Am I right? Okay. Now, where do you think she went from their house?
I don't know.
Alright, you're the detective now. Alright? It's your case. What would you do?
Check at her home.
Okay. We did that. That's what we did today, right?
Yes.
So you saw us out there when we knocked on your door. She's not there. I need your help in finding her. What do we need to do? What do we need to do that we haven't done?
I don't know.
You don't know? So if you had this case, you wouldn't be able to solve it, is that what you're saying? Because you're not smart enough to solve it?
I don't know.
Or you think you're smart enough to be a detective?
I don't know.
No?
You gotta be killing me, Stephen.
The detectives decided to approach the situation differently. They posed a question to Stephen McDaniel, asking how he would undertake the investigation if he were in the detective's shoes. This change in strategy aimed to discern if McDaniel possessed the cleverness to outwit them. However, even with this shift, McDaniel remained composed and contemplative. He addressed their inquiries without displaying any uncertainty, It became evident that McDaniel had a knack for staying a step ahead of the detectives. His responses showcased his intelligence and careful handling of the interrogation. This realization dawned on the detectives that McDaniel possessed a high level of intelligence, making it challenging for them to discern his true thoughts or extract pivotal information from him.
You're telling me they're lying.
You're willing to tell me that you're a virgin and that you told me you jack off to porn on the internet, but you don't want to admit to having another car. That makes me think you got something to hide, Stephen. That concerns me. You tell me things that most people wouldn't tell somebody else, but yet you lie about something simple.
Why are you
about
trying to
having
hide
another
that
car.
you have another car? What's the big deal?
I don't have.
I got 3 cars.
You do. You do.
No, I don't.
It's not at your
Well, what
house.
happened to it?
I've never had another car.
That's the only car you ever had in Macon.
Yes.
Okay, let me go talk to him again, because that's not what he's saying.
Stephen, what happened to Lauren?
I don't
Yep.
know.
You like her, don't you?
She's my friend.
Did you ever think about having sex with her?
No.
You never tried to talk to her on a dating level?
No.
Let me go talk. They got his grandfather. Let me go talk, make sure that he owns another car, because he's telling us he doesn't. Be right back.
So you telling me, you see that pretty girl right there?
Yes.
You telling me you looked at a pretty girl like that and you never once thought, ever, man, she looks good. You never thought that?
I don't understand.
What do you mean you don't understand? You know how when you're sitting there you see a girl walking down the road? And you say, man, that girl looks good. You ever see a good looking girl down the road, you think to yourself, man, that girl looks good.
Yes.
You never thought that about her?
Yes.
So you mean to tell me you look at porn on the internet and get off to that, but you never looked at her and said, man, I wonder what it'd be like to have sex with her?
Yes.
You have?
No.
Have you ever thought about what it would be like to have sex with Lauren?
No.
You've never imagined having sex with Lauren?
No.
Have you ever had sex with Lauren?
No.
What do you know about that body we found today?
I don't know.
You don't know? What if I told you that I believe that you do know?
I don't.
What if I told you that I could prove it?
I don't know.
You don't know? Is there a chance? But you do admit that there's a chance that I possibly have evidence to show that you do have something to do with that body, correct?
I don't know.
You don't know? Because if I hadn't done anything, I'd say, nope, there's no way. But you say you don't know. Why is that? Why do you say you don't know? Is there a chance that maybe something's there?
No.
Why did you say you don't know?
Because I don't know.
Because you're worried about something? Maybe something that happened, that maybe something got mixed up with something and you're worried about that?
No.
Then why do you say I don't know?
Because I don't know.
How would you not know? If I was asking you, did you just rob a bank? If you didn't, you'd say no, not I don't know, right?
Right.
So why do you say I don't know?
Because I don't know.
You don't know if you had anything to do with that body?
I didn't.
You didn't?
No.
Are you sure?
Yes.
What if I said I could prove that you did?
I don't know.
Could you explain it?
I don't know.
Today you told an investigator that you were worried about us possibly finding blood in your apartment, didn't you?
I don't remember.
You did. Now why would you be worried about that?
We all looked in Lauren's apartment.
Did you see blood?
No.
Then what would make you think that there was blood taken over there? Nothing would make you think that unless you saw it. Because, see, I didn't see no blood. None of the other Lawrence friends saw blood, but I know now that blood was there. And now I believe you saw it. You saw that blood. You know that blood was there. And that's why you're worried about it.
No.
Did you know? Why do you have blood up in the inside of your nose?
I don't know.
You don't know? But you saw that blood. That's the only way that you would be worried about it. Because that's like saying, I'm worried about red roses being under my pillow, but yet I never put them there. That doesn't make any sense. You know, your brain doesn't even think to operate like that unless you knew something was there. Does that make sense? That makes sense to you. You're a smart guy, right? I know this is hard, and I can tell it's on you. You want to let it go. There's blood in your apartment, Stephen. You didn't get it all up. It didn't all come off. You scrubbed and you wiped. But we can tell that. Don't you watch CSI? Yeah, we know it. Stephen, why is there blood in your bathroom?
I don't know.
Yes, you do know. Why, Stephen?
I don't know.
Has anybody else been in your bathroom?
The police were in there.
Other than the police? Who else has been in there?
No one that I know.
No one. And you recently cleaned your bathroom, didn't you?
No.
How long ago?
I don't remember.
A couple days ago?
No.
Over the weekend?
No.
No, you don't know.
I don't remember cleaning it.
Do you use drugs?
No.
You ever use acid?
No.
Are you on medication?
No.
You're lying, Stephen. I wanted to give you an opportunity to tell it. I wanted to be here with you to go through that process because I know you're not a monster, man. I know you're not a bad guy. You're just a hard-working student trying to pass a bar exam, ain't you? You ain't got a lot of support from your family, do you?
Yes.
You do? A lot of people can't say that. And the fact that you do have support from your family should make things easier because your family wants to feel like they've raised somebody that tells the truth and is honest, right?
Yes.
Did you hurt that girl, Stephen?
No.
The detective's demeanor began to shift towards annoyance and frustration. Despite Stephen McDaniel's repeated assertions that he had no sexual interest or connection to Lauren, his calm and unwavering responses appeared to agitate the detective further, escalating his emotional state.
Have you ever purchased any ammo here in Macon?
Yes.
From where?
A to Z guns.
On
and
Vineable, was that on Vineable Avenue?
Yes.
When's the last time you was at A to Z Guns?
Years ago.
Do you have a permit
Yes.
to carry them? You do? Here in Bibb County?
Yes.
Okay. You applied when you was working down at the county or
I
something?
applied last fall.
Okay. So you have your card.
Yes.
Is it with you?
Yes.
Can I see it? They still make you take your fingerprint down there?
Yes.
Let me see your card. How much does it cost now? You remember?
Around $80.
So it expires in 2016.
Yes.
Do you have any pictures of the kids?
No.
Hmm?
No.
They didn't give you no pictures when they were in school? Got a picture of your parents?
No.
You got no pictures?
No.
At all? Not even
in
at your
my
apartment?
wallet.
You have some at your apartment?
Some.
What do the kids call you?
Stephen.
Okay. So you're just their brother or uncle or
Brother.
brother Stephen? None of them ever come visit you here in Macon?
No.
Enter a new detective, potentially armed with a fresh perspective. This detective took over the questioning, undeterred by McDaniel's previous evasiveness that had left the previous detective furious and desperate. The line of questioning centered around the significance of the bullets and their potential connection to Lauren Giddings' disappearance.
What do you use the most?
Visa.
Is it a bank name or just a Visa?
First Financial Bank.
Is that here in Macon?
No.
First Financial. You got a bank account with them?
No.
Well, whose account? They just sent you a Visa? You don't have no bank account?
I have bank.
Where are you putting your money? In your
Wachovia.
house? You putting all your money in your house?
I
With
have-
all the food you got in there?
I have an account with Wachovia.
Here in Macon?
Yes.
Do you buy your stuff at Walmart with this Visa card?
No.
Oh, how do you usually pay for stuff at Walmart?
With cash.
Do you have a job?
No.
Well, how do you get cash?
Student loans.
So you're just living off your student loans?
Yes.
The detective delved into Stephen McDaniel's financial history, inquiring about his usage of credit cards and cash, as well as his employment status. McDaniel's behavior during questioning was disconcerting. He maintained an unsettling and intense gaze, never once averting his eyes from the detectives.
Do you have any black trash bags in your apartment? Like, that you use for trash?
No.
Can you help me? Do you know where any black trash bags are in that apartment complex?
I don't
Have you
know.
ever seen any around? Has someone been over there cleaning up, or have you ever seen anybody painting an apartment? Have you seen any painters? Because you're home most of the day, right?
Yes.
Have you seen any of that?
No.
Do you know when the garbage man usually comes over there?
No.
Do you know anything?
Yes.
What do you know? I asked you for help. What do you know? You haven't provided me with nothing. I mean, when's the last time you were in that laundry room at the apartments?
Last night,
What were you doing last night?
Luke and I were looking for Lauren.
Did y'all see anything unusual or out of place?
No.
Okay.
There was one washer that had clothes in it.
Whose clothes were they, do you know?
Luke said they looked like a guy's clothes.
But you didn't look in the machine.
And since I got it back,
Where'd you get it back from?
my parents,
What'd they have it for?
their van was in a wreck.
So, what'd they do, come get your car, or?
Yes.
So they came to Macon and got your car and then left?
The wreck was down here.
Oh, in Macon?
Yes.
So they were staying with you when they were in the wreck?
No.
Well, what were they doing in Macon?
The van was going to be worked on.
Here in Macon?
Yes.
Well, where's the van at now? Do they got it back?
It was totaled.
So they were in Macon and they were in a wreck in Macon.
My mom was.
And she was down here in Macon because...
The air conditioner was malfunctioning.
Why was she in Macon though?
Because there's a place in Macon that's the best at air conditioning repair.
And you told her about to come down to Macon to get her air conditioner fixed?
No.
Well, how do you know that?
She told me.
Oh. So she just drove to Macon to get her air conditioner fixed.
Yes.
She was in a wreck.
Yes.
Totaled out her car, her van.
Yes.
So she came to your house to get your car.
I drove her back. I was following.
You drove her back to where?
To my apartment.
Where was the van?
It was towed.
Okay, because it's totaled. She stay at your apartment, spend the night with you?
No.
She stayed just a few minutes and leave, or what?
She stayed about an hour.
When's the last time you talked to your mother, Glenda?
I don't remember.
Has it been a while?
It's been a few days.
Do you call her every day?
No.
You don't check on the kids?
No.
Show me that scratch again that you showed me earlier. That was it a. What did you say happened there?
I think I scratched myself in my sleep.
Huh. Are you going to be able to help me with this case or not? Because I need to tell the parents.
Despite extensive questioning regarding his car and its recent cleaning, Stephen McDaniel's demeanor remained unaltered. He retained his original state, devoid of emotional expression. The detective sought insights into his car that could offer clues about Lauren Giddings' fate.
Come on now. You can give me some advice, right? You can't give me some advice. On what I should do next? You can't tell me what you think I should do next?
I don't know.
Well, we found a body outside the apartment, right? We know that, right?
Yes.
You saying you didn't hear or see anything the whole time you've been there over the weekend, right?
Right.
We've talked to you, right?
Right.
We've talked to most of all her friends. Is there anybody else we need to talk to that you might know that we didn't?
I don't know.
Let's talk about the apartment complex. Anybody in that complex that anybody else we need to talk to?
I don't know who you have talked to.
Who lives below you?
An older woman and her son.
Were they home tonight or today?
I don't know.
You didn't see them?
No.
Do you ever see them?
Yes.
But you don't know if they were home today?
No. She doesn't have a car.
So it's really hard to tell if they're home.
Yes.
You ever talk to her?
Yes.
Does she work anywhere?
I don't know.
Do you ever get tired of saying I don't know? What else you got in your wallet there, brother?
My bear card
What's that used for?
to get into the building.
What else you got?
My bank card. My Kroger card.
Is that the card you use at Kroger?
Yes.
I'm gonna write down this number. Since you don't know the last time you were there, I'm assuming you used your card when you were there,
Yes.
right?
I always use my card.
I just want to write down a number. You can remember that you always use your card, but you can't remember the last time you were there.
I always use my card.
Well, what if you didn't use it? What else you got in there?
My Borders card. An ink card. My ID.
What's that?
A voter registration.
What's that, Mercer? What's that?
Mercer Law Cab card.
What's that? Use a free cab ride home? Oh, that's just the phone numbers.
Numbers for cab companies.
Here in Macon. Alright, what's that card right there?
GameStop.
Okay. No phone numbers or anything?
No.
Okay. Put your money back up in there. There's a $100 bill up under there. What are you rolling with all that money in your pocket for?
My granddaddy gave it to me.
Do you take any medication?
No.
Have you ever taken any medication?
No.
Do you have any kind of mental problem?
No.
You know what's crazy? I was talking to people that he works with and everything. They talk about how he's always expresses himself.
But he don't know.
He's very talkative. Stephen, they say you're so talkative, buddy, that you're always so friendly. You stop in and say hello, and you talk. Why is it that you're acting so short with us tonight? If you have all this character and personality about you, why is it that everything that we get from you is yes, no, or I don't know?
I don't know.
Well, you sure were talking to the media tonight, weren't you?
They asked what happened.
Yeah, that's what we're asking you. What happened? What'd you tell them?
I told them
You
what
didn't-
I knew.
That you didn't know. Do you drink at all? Do you drink beer?
No.
At least I gotta know stuff I don't know.
When was the last time you did laundry?
A few weeks ago.
You ain't washed clothes in a few weeks?
Yeah.
Why?
I have a lot of clothes.
No, you don't. That's another lie. That's right. That's 3 lies, Stephen. You don't have a lot of clothes.
Yes, I do.
Nope. You got enough underwear to last you 3 weeks?
Yes.
Do you wear the same pair of underwear more than one day?
Yes.
Why?
Because it's still clean enough to wear.
Stephen, I appreciate you coming down here today and talking to us, okay? I appreciate you cooperating with us and helping us along. But you've lied to me about at least 3 things in this interview. And people don't lie unless they got something to hide. Why would you lie to me, Stephen?
I didn't lie.
Sure you did. You said you don't even notice when she comes in and out of her apartment. That's a lie, Stephen.
I said I didn't remember the last time.
Have you ever watched her go in her apartment?
No.
You've never... How long y'all been neighbors?
3 years.
3 years, and you've never watched her walk through her front door?
Yes.
5 seconds, I said, you ever watched her walk into her apartment? You said no. So I'm going to ask you again, have you ever watched her walk into her apartment?
Yes.
When was the last time?
A long time ago.
How long?
Before graduation.
It's been that long. And you graduated when?
In May.
Beginning of May, end of May?
Middle.
And you hadn't seen her walk in her apartment since?
No.
Did you ever help her carry up groceries and stuff like that?
No.
Never.
No.
You ever help her carry her laundry?
No.
She's never needed your help with anything?
She asked for help with the computer.
You ever offer help with her for anything, carrying stuff for her, anything like that?
Yes.
Like what, Stephen?
When she was moving out during the first summer,
What did you do?
she needed help moving stuff to her car.
And you helped her?
Yes.
So you went in and out of her apartment moving stuff?
Yes.
How long did you help her?
A few minutes.
That's it?
Yes.
Do you realize how you're talking right now? Does it not feel weird to you?
No.
Would you say that this is how you talk all the time?
I don't understand.
You're just not expressing yourself at all. Everything's with you is yes, no, I don't remember, I don't understand. You can't help me out with anything. There's nothing you can tell me to help me about this beautiful girl right here, Stephen. That was your friend. Nothing. You gonna let things go down like this?
I don't know what you want.
I want the truth, Stephen.
I don't know where she is.
The dynamic between the 2 detectives was evident. One took a forceful approach while the other adopted a more empathetic stance, each seemingly strategizing their methods to prompt a response from McDaniel. They contemplated whether one of their approaches might break through his defenses.
I don't know.
Stephen, You're going to look at this right here, this little girl right here, and you're going to say you don't know? I know you know.
I don't know.
Yes, you know. What are you going to say tomorrow when I say we got your hair with the body? What are you going to say to me then? Because you know, like I go like that. Look at my hair. That's how easy it falls out. Look at all that on your head. You don't think nothing fell out? It did. It did, Stephen. We just wanted to give you an opportunity to tell it. So you didn't look like a monster at the end. Because you know what? I don't believe that you're a monster, Stephen. I believe that you're a good guy. You've been picked on. Girls didn't show you the respect that you deserved. You did something stupid. And I believe you feel bad about it. And that's why you're all freaked out right now. But I'm giving you the opportunity to get right. I'm giving you an opportunity to show everybody you're not a monster. That you feel bad about what happened. Your hair is there, man. Your hair is there. We got your hair with the body. How is that, Stephen?
I don't know.
Yes, you do know. Yes, you do know, Stephen. That's right, buddy. See that? Look at it. See how easy? It happens. And it happened to you. Why, Stephen?
I don't understand.
Oh, you understand? You understand exactly what I'm saying. See this stuff right here, your hair? Yeah, it fell out of your head when you was moving the body, Stephen. That's right. You remember moving the body?
No.
Yes, you do, Stephen. Why, man? What happened? Why? Tell me, bud.
I didn't do it.
Yes, you did, Stephen. Your hair's with the body. Quit lying. We want you to tell it so that way people will understand you're not a monster. Things just, you got out of control. It's a sickness. Why'd you do it, Stephen?
I didn't do it.
Stephen, why are you going to keep telling that? You hurt that girl.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did, Stephen. You hurt her, man. She was screaming. Screaming, Stephen. Why? And I know you feel bad about it. I can see it in your face. What came over you, man? What happened, Stephen?
I don't know.
I know you don't know. You couldn't control it, could you?
I didn't do it.
Stephen! How long are we going to continue to do this? You did. Why is what I want to know.
I didn't do it.
Stephen, you hurt that girl, man. And you got on the news today. That's right. You know what? You weren't talking like this on the news, buddy. Yeah. You hurt this girl.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did. You hurt that girl. Why'd you hurt her, Stephen?
I didn't.
You hurt that girl. Did you try to make her have sex with you?
I didn't.
Huh? Who did it?
I don't.
They got your hair? They steal your hair and take it over there? Stephen, They steal your hair? They didn't, did they? Did they, Stephen? That's right. It's all sinking in right now. He knows, is what you're thinking. Stephen, I don't want it to be a game between me and you. I know it hurts, and I know you're not an awful person and you want to tell it. Your hair was there, Stephen. We've all known it all along. We wanted just to give you an opportunity to tell what happened. Did y'all have sex?
No.
Did you try to have sex?
No.
You think about having sex?
No.
Liar. What kind of man doesn't think about having sex? You said earlier you like girls, right?
Yes.
You said she's a pretty girl, right?
Stephen's unwavering conduct throughout the 2-hour dialogue is truly remarkable. It's a puzzle whether he deliberately adopted this demeanor or was genuinely under tremendous stress. He maintained control over the discourse, often responding with concise phrases like yes, no, or occasionally, I don't know. This mastery over the questioning left the detectives unsure of their next steps. Their attempts at eliciting vital information were met with resistance, and they began to recognize the lack of evidence to sustain their position. However, what the detectives failed to do, McDaniel himself did. In March 2014, Stephen McDaniel admitted to the murder of Lauren Giddings and received a life sentence in prison with no possibility of parole. The case garnered significant media attention for its unsettling nature. If you want to watch more of these shocking interrogations, please subscribe to the channel.